close the eyes for a brief moment. Just welcoming the body and maybe setting a brief intention for the practice, something to hold on to. Beautiful. When you're ready, start to evoke that breath. The inhale really draws and expands the lungs. Feel the chest lift up. And exhale, empty it out. With the lower belly still drawn in, you feel the breath flowing in and out. The ribs lift with each inhale. And they fall with the exhale. Beautiful. One more breath in with the lips sealed. And exhale with the lips sealed, feeling the breath swirling around. Let that next inhale lift the fingertips up to the sky. Lengthen the breath, the spine, as you lift everything up. Then exhale, take a side bend over to the right. Maybe the right arm swings behind and you lengthen and press the hips. Really allowing the body to press hips to the left. Inhale, lengthen through the fingertips, lift them both up at the top. And then exhale, take it to the other side, hips press to the right as you lift and press into right heel. Let the next inhale lengthen you nice and tall. Lift both fingertips, palms maybe touching, then drop the crown of the head back as the chin lifts. Exhale, take a fold forward. Keep that lower belly locked in. Bend the knees and drop the hips all the way down, rounding and tucking the chin. Rounding into an itty bitty ball. And press into those heels as you start to straighten the legs. Allow the body to lift up on your inhale. Then exhale, plant your hands. Step the right foot back. Pause here in that high lunge. Then exhale, drop the knee to the earth. Heel toe the left foot towards the long edge of the mat as you let both palms come inside. You might stay here, you might lower down to forearms. Just dragon pose a little bit this morning. Untucking the right toes and sliding the body forward. You might stay on the palms and do the same thing. Slide the heart forward as you lengthen through that hip flexor. When you're ready, it's a heel toeing the feet back, foot back to the center of the mat. Grip the right toes in and then step the left foot back to meet the right. Pause in plank pose, draw the lower belly in and feel strong through the core as you press the shoulders down. Maybe hips need to drop down a little bit more. And then let's drop down into 8 limb, knees, chest, chin, connect to the earth. Draw the elbows in really tight. Then press into the palms, slide the heart forward, drop the thighs to the earth as you inhale to lift your heart up. When you're ready, the exhale, curls the toes under, hips press back and send them up really high as you melt the heels down for a downward facing dog. Staying for a few awakening breaths, allow the navel to draw back towards the spine. Really feel the gaze follow the shins or the thighs to lengthen the back of the neck. Keep all 10 fingers spread wide. You feel the webbing of the fingers and then spiral those armpits inward towards your heart. Really lengthening through the back of the neck and the upper back. One more deep, full inhale. And it's an exhale that steps the right foot forward and you pause as you drop the hips. It's a low lunge. And then heel toe the right foot towards the long edge of the mat as your left knee lowers to the earth. Untuck your left toes and you might stay here on your palms. As you press into them, you slide the heart forward. Or you come down to forearms to deepen your dragon. Keep the body really sliding forward, opening up that hip flexor. When you're ready, you lift up and start to heel toe the right foot back to the center to frame it and grip the left toes in to send the hips up and step the left foot forward to meet the right as the inhale lengthens you halfway. Exhale for your fold. Press down into the heels to inhale and reach up, rise up, grow tall. Exhale, let's that side bend over to the right. Maybe the right arm swings behind. Lengthen through the left fingertips. Inhaling to the center. Exhale to the other side. Press the hips and lengthen through the right fingers. Inhale, lift it up. Lift your gaze up to both palms as your chin lifts, the crown of the head falls back. Exhale, lower belly in. Fold forward, chest to thighs. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back. You can pause there in low lunge, or you can go right into the dragon, heel toeing that left foot towards the long edge of the mat. And then send our right knee to the earth as you untuck the toes. Slide the heart forward. Maybe this time you want to move towards the blade edge of your left foot. You can start to do that as you hover. Or maybe that's when you lower down to those forearms. Just playing a little bit here, using that left foot to help you find a little bit more tension to breathe into. When you're ready, palms come back, left foot glues to the earth, and you tuck the right toes in. Frame that left foot as you heel toe them. Press into the right foot to lift the knee off as you step your left foot back to meet the right, and you pause here in plank pose. Thighs zip together, hips are nice and low, strong through the core. Draw the shoulders really away from the ears. And when you're ready, knees drop down, chest drops down. It's that Ashtanga pose. 8 limbs connected to the earth. When you're ready, press into the palms, send the heart forward. Cobra. Exhale, shift your hips back, grip the toes. Downward facing dog. Allowing the body to really feel present here. Draw the gaze back towards the thighs. Continue to feel the breath here, using that ujjayi breath. Pressing the lips together and feeling the breath swirling in the back of the throat as you draw each inhale in. It creates a sound in the exhale, an emptying sound, resonant. One more deep, full inhale. The exhale steps the right foot forward, and the left knee lowers down. Heel toe that right foot to the blade edge. Stand on the palms and slide the heart forward. Or you might come down to those forearms and then start to lean on the blade edge of the right foot, playing a little bit in that hip and listening to your own breath to decide where you need to pause. Beautiful. When you're ready, right foot comes back into the earth. You heel toe it back to the center to frame it. Grip the left toes into the mat and send the hips up first. And then step the left foot forward to meet the right as the inhale lengthens your body halfway. Exhale for your fold. Press down into the heels to root yourself down and rise all the way up. And then it's an exhale that draws the palms through to heart center. Send the hips low, drop them all the way, fingertips lengthen. The lower belly stays locked in. Keep the hips nice and low. Find your hips a little bit further away from the fingertips for one more breath. And then exhale, the right arm swings back, follow it all the way. Twist and open it up, wringing out the spine. Inhale, draw it back to the center. Lengthen through the fingertips. Good morning, Patrick. Exhale, twist it over to the other side. Fingertips reaching back, wringing out the spine. Inhaling back to the center. Exhale for a fold forward. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale, palms plant to the earth and you step or hop it back. Let the heart come down. Maybe knees come first. Body lowers and you press into palms to lift it up for upward facing or cobra. Then curl the toes under, hips press back. Downward facing dog, just transitionally. And the next inhale, draw the right heel high, but keep the hips square to the earth. So maybe it doesn't go as high as last time. Keep that right hip drawn down in line with the left and be very strong in that core. And now exhale, draw the right knee in towards the nose and feel very strong in the core, really using the core muscles to draw in. Then inhale, lift it high, but keep the hips square to the earth. And then draw it in, really feel the body as you draw it in, the core muscles all fire off. You get plant your foot there as close as possible to getting between your palms. Drop the back heel down as you inhale to lift up for warrior one. Hips are lifting to the front of the mat. Gaze is lifting as well. Now exhale, start to drop the weight. You turn to face the long edge of the mat and you start to drop weight into the left heel. Palms might come down to the earth. As you send your palms there, maybe you stay right here with a slight bend in the left, or maybe you come all the way down and the right toes peel off the earth. It's Skandasana, side lunge. When you're ready to press, firm press into that left heel, shift your weight forward, drop the left palm down inside of that right foot. As you open it up, dragonfly twist, fingertips reaching up. Or maybe you wrap that palm behind you. Option, always options. When you're ready, it's an exhale that drops the palms to the mat, framing the right foot to step the right foot back. Heart lowers on down. Press into the palms and inhale to lift it up. Exhale, curls the toes under and your hips press back. Just that transitional pose, because the next inhale lifts the left heel high, but hips stay square to the earth. So keep that left hip dropped down instead of opening it up like we usually do. Keep it square to the earth. Then using control, it's an exhale that draws the knee in as close as you can get it to your nose. Feel the core muscles working. Inhale, lengthen it, but keep the hips square. Exhale, use the core again, draw it in, nice and slow, nice and strong. And then plant the foot there. Between the palms, the right heel turns down and you inhale to lift it up. That's that warrior one, hips drop nice and low. Keep the lift through the heart space. Exhale, start to turn facing the long edge of the mat and you sink down into that right heel. Palms might come to the earth for Skandasana, feeling a stretch on the inner thigh. Or you come down even lower and your hands might come to prayer. But feeling still that right foot still glued to the earth. A lot of ankle flexibility required to send those hips low. Maybe we're ready for that. Maybe you're ready to explore. Maybe you just feel the inner thigh stretch. When you're ready, it's a press into that right heel to shift the weight forward. And it's the right palm that goes into the left foot on this side with the left fingertips reaching, or they wrap behind you. Feeling this dragonfly twist. Exhale, when you're ready, left palm frames that foot and you step it back to lower the heart down. Maybe knees come first. Press into the palms and inhale to lift it up. The exhale curls the toes under and your hips press back for downward facing dog. Feel those fingertips spread wide. Drop the gaze or lift it back towards the thighs to lengthen the back of the neck. Using those ujjayi breaths, finding them smooth and steady. One more deep, full inhale here. And then exhale, step or hop it to the front of the mat. Let the inhale lengthen you. Exhale, fold. Sit your hips low, fingertips lengthen. Exhale, swing that right arm back, twist it back. Inhaling back to the center. Exhale, twist it over to the other side, lengthen through the left fingertips. Inhale to center. Exhale for your fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop it back to lower the heart down halfway. Then press into the palms to inhale and lift it up. Beautiful. Exhale, curls the toes under, hips press back. Remember, the inhale sends the right heel high, but keep the hips square. Press through that left heel. Use energy in the core. Draw the right knee in, really strong. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, draw it in. Press through the palms and then plant the right foot there. As you inhale to lift up, the back heel connects to the earth. That's that warrior one. Hips are square to the front of the mat. Exhale, turn the long edge of the mat. Drop the left hip towards the left heel. Maybe coming to palms, feeling the stretch on the inner thigh, or your hips come lower. And your right toes peel off the mat as the heart lifts up. When you're ready, press into the left heel to send the weight forward. Left palm glues on the inside of the right foot for that dragonfly twist to lift the palm or wrap it behind you. Hips sink low. Awesome. Exhale. When you're ready, frame that right foot and step the right back. As you lower down for chaturanga, maybe knees come first, press into the palms, and inhale to lift the spine, lift the heart. Exhale, curls the toes under, hips press back. Settling into downward dog for a brief transition. Then inhale to lift that left heel. Keep the hips square. Exhale, draw it in using the core. Use the muscles in the core to draw it in with control. Then inhale, lift it high. Exhale, smooth it out. Draw it all the way in. Then plant the foot there. Drop that right heel down to the earth as you inhale to lift up. Keep the hips square as you lift through the heart space. Gaze is slightly lifted, chin is lifted. Exhale, draw the right hip towards that right heel, maybe palms to the earth, just feeling the inner thigh stretch. Or you sink down a little deeper. Heart lifts. And those left toes off the earth. Beautiful, press into the right heel, shift your weight forward. Right palm glues to the mat as the left fingertips reach. Maybe it wraps behind you, sink the hips a little bit deeper. When you're ready, it's an exhale that frames that left foot and step it back to take to a vinyasa, lower the heart, and inhale to lift it up. Exhale, curls the toes under, hips press back. Spread the fingertips nice and wide and stay for breath. Allowing the body to open up here. This is a resting pose, they say. If it doesn't feel like rest, you're always welcome to drop to the knees. Just preparing our breath for a turn in our practice. Moving towards the Ashtanga practice. Pausing in our breath. One more deep, full inhale here. And let the next exhale step or hop you to the front of the mat. The inhale will lengthen you halfway. Exhale for a fold. Sit the hips slow, fingertips lengthen, Udgata for one last time. And then exhale, stand it up for Samasthiti. Step or hop the feet, hips distance, roll the shoulders back and lift the heart and the gaze. Exhale for the fold forward, taking that length all the way down. Peace fingers reaching down for big toes. Then inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale, elbows flare out to the side or back towards the shins. As you draw the chin in, the hips go high. You tuck the chin closer to the chest, the back of the neck feels super long. You feel a stretch from the crown of the head all the way up through the base of the spine. Maybe knees are bent. Maybe you play with straightening them just slightly, using the breath to fuel that movement. 4, 5, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hands under the feet, padas under hastas, and maybe knees are still bent. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale, bend the elbows, let them flare out to the side as you take a fold forward. Shoulders lifting away from the ears. 2, finding the breath as soon as you get there. 3, 4, 5, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, hands to the waist. Squeeze at the waistline as you inhale all the way up. Step or hop it together. Awesome, take that quarter turn. Let the right toes turn out, facing the long edge of the mat. Arms to a T. Reach all the way forward through the right fingertips till you can't anymore. Ground and root through big toes as you lift the left fingertips up. Maybe the right palm connects to a block, the ankle, or maybe you grab that big toe. Feel the ribs peel back. 2, find the breath. 3, 4, 5, exhale, look down, let the inhale bring you up. Draw the right toes in, left toes out. Reach forward, ground down, starting to reach for the ankle of the big toe or your block. Left palm roots, and then the right fingertips reach up, ribs peeling back. 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, look down, let an inhale bring you up. Turn those left toes in, right toes out. Hips are square to the back edge of the mat and maybe left foot steps out to allow more space for the hips. Let the inhale lift that left fingertip, the left fingertips up as you extend forward. Ground yourself. Then root through the left palm, allowing the left palm to glue inside or outside of the right foot, and maybe right fingertips reach up. 2. Use the breath and breathe more in this twisting pose. 3. 4. 5. Exhale, drop the right palm as you inhale, lift it up. Through the core, right toes turn in, left toes turn out. Hips square to the front of the mat, right palm takes the lead, reach all the way forward till you can't anymore. Ground and root inside or outside of that left foot or onto the block. Left fingertips reaching. And again, finding the breath. You get into the twist, find the breath immediately. 2. 3. 4. 5. Exhale, left palm down. Inhale to lift it up. Step it forward for a reset, Samastiti. Take a wider stance, about 4 feet. Let the right toes turn the long edge of the mat, forearm to the thigh or palm to the earth, inside or outside of the right foot. Left arm reaches up and over. Wherever you find yourself, find length through the left fingertips, and you sink the hips low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press into the right heel as you inhale up. Right toes in, left toes out. Sink down deep. Forearm to thigh, right arm reaching, or palm to the earth, inside or outside of the foot. 1, 2, finding the breath and keeping it steady. 3, 4, 5. Press into the left foot as you inhale up. Left toes in, right toes out, left elbow hooks outside of that right thigh. Peel off that left heel as you take a twist first. Let the palms come together, hooking the left elbow outside of that right thigh. You press palms together. Back heel can stay lifted, or you can drop it down to the earth. You also can go into the full expression if you know it. That's left palm down, right arm reaching. Finding the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Press into the right heel as you inhale up. Right toes in, left toes out. Drop it down deep. Right heel peels off the earth first. Take that right elbow, hook it outside of the left thigh. Press the palms together. You might drop that right heel back down to the earth. And if you take to full expression on this side, it's the right palm down and the left fingertips reaching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press into that left heel as you inhale to lift it up. Draw the left toes in, the right toes stay where they are. Roll the shoulders back, face the long edge of the mat. As you lift through the heart. Exhale for a fold forward, lower belly stays in. Knees might bend, peace fingers, no palms, reach down for the earth between the feet as you inhale to lengthen. Exhale, press into the palms and let the crown of the head come down as you tuck your chin. When you get down there, you might play with slightly straightening that knee, but listening to the breath, telling you where you need to be. 2, the breath is the best teacher. 3, lift the shoulders away from the ears, lengthen through the crown of the head. 4, 5, inhale to lengthen halfway. Exhale, it's the hands that come to the waist. Then inhale, lifting all the way up. Exhale there. Inhale, arms to a T. Exhale, interlace them behind you, lengthen through the heart as you lift the chin. Then exhale, take the fold forward, keeping the palms lifting up and overhead as the crown of the head comes to the earth. The palms continue a journey up and over, and maybe eventually getting to the earth up and over your head. Press into big toes. Allow the lower belly to still be engaged as you lengthen through the back of the spine. 3, 4, 5. Let an inhale lift you all the way up, drawing the thighs together, letting the palms take you there. Exhale there at the top. Inhale the hands to the waist as the heart lifts up. Exhale, take the fold forward. Peace fingers reaching down for big toes as you inhale to lengthen the spine halfway. Exhale, bend the elbows and allow the body to feel lengthened down. Using a slight tug of those big toes, you pull and press with a big toe, creating opposition while allowing you to deepen a little more. 2, 3, maybe a little bit more length. 4, 5, inhale to lift halfway. Exhale, the hands to the waist. Let the inhale lift you all the way up. Step it forward for Samasthiti. Options here are fist to fist, opposite elbows, or you take the palms up the back. Taking that quarter turn to face the back edge of the mat. Really allow the hips to be square to the back edge, and it's a shorter stance, only about 2 feet or a normal step. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale, take the fold. Let the length draw you down. Continuing to press into big toes, allowing the body to find stability through the feet. Keeping the hips nice and square, and maybe you stay lifted to keep the integrity of that bind. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to lift all the way up. Draw the right toes in, the left toes go out. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale, take the length down, lengthening through the spine all the way down. And again, maybe not going as far, just for the bind. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let the inhale lift you all the way up. Step it apart. Draw the palms and then step it forward. Grounding and rooting into that left foot. Grab onto the left hip. Let the right palm come out. Reach back for that right ankle. Opening up to quad stretch today. Maybe you stay here, drawing that right heel in towards the bum. Or maybe you reach back and really press into that right palm, and the left arm reaches, playing with a little bit of dancer. Continuing a press into the right palm, allowing that press to maybe slowly start to lift the right leg. Keeping the press into the palm, the lower belly stays engaged all the way. Finding some smoothness and steadiness in the breath. Finding something that's not moving to focus the gaze, while also using the focus on the breath to help you steady yourself. And remember, it's that press into the right palm, really firm press, that helps you to find that stability as well. A couple more breaths to play. Come back in if you fall out one more time. Then inhale when you're ready, draw everything back. And allow the foot to come down. Awesome effort. Feel the right foot glued to the earth, right palm at the waist. Palm might reach out just to find some stability and strength. Is that Dad? Is he going to do yoga today? Reach back for the left ankle. Draw the heel in. Just feeling the quad stretch first. When you're ready, the right fingertips reach up. And then it's a kick. Remember that press into the left palm. That is what sends energy starting to lift that left leg up, because the arm is only so long. So it presses so much so you get to the full length of your arm, and then it starts to go up. And you see it peaking up and overhead. Keep the lower belly locked in and the standing leg stable All muscles working, and then focusing on the breath. Coming back to that breath. If you fall out, come back. Stay for a couple more to play. Couple more. And when you're ready, it's an inhale that brings everything back together. Awesome job. Exhale to release it. Beautiful. Let's play with standing tree, flamingo, or bound half lotus. Standing tree takes the right foot, presses it into the fleshy part of the left thigh with palms at heart center. Bound half lotus takes the right blade edge of your foot into the left hip crease. Maybe you stay here in this flamingo pose, feeling the standing leg strong, or it's that right arm that wraps behind. It looks for the big toe, might not find it, that's fine. Inhale to lengthen. If you're ready to take a fold, you take a fold down. Using the breath. With each stage, trying to deepen a little bit more, lengthening through the back of the neck. Allowing the left palm to settle into a block or the earth. Feeling really grounded through a press into the left palm. When we get down there, maybe an invitation to that right shoulder to come back down. Keeping the breath smooth and steady wherever you've chosen. If you're in tree, maybe you grow the branches and lengthen through the palms. And let them wave from side to side. One more breath here. If you folded, let an inhale lengthen you halfway and exhale there. And then it's the next inhale that lets you come all the way up. Exhale to release. Standing firm into that right foot. Feeling what it's like on the side. Maybe that left foot comes into the fleshy part of the right thigh with palms to the earth, to the heart center. Or maybe the left foot comes into the right hip crease. And just listening to what the body says. When you go there, if your body says no, 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 through the breath, you listen. We are deeply obedient to our own breath. If the left fingertips want to wrap around, you can try to wrap and grab the foot. Lengthen up first, and then exhale for the fold. And again, when you get down there, it's taking this in stages and using the breath. So taking the chin to tuck it in and lengthen through the back of the neck. The right palm glued to the earth. Using the breath. Each exhale helping you deepen wherever you are. Find yourself grounding more with each exhale. The inhale that helps you to find a little bit more space and length. And the exhale lets you melt deeper into the shape. Using another breath. And let the next inhale lengthen you halfway if you fold it. Exhale there. The next inhale draws you all the way up. Exhale to release. Beautiful. Step it forward. Let's take Sun A. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale for the fold. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop it back. Let the heart lower down. And inhale to lift it up. Exhale, curls the toes under, hips go back. Step or hop it outside of the palms or towards the edge of the mat. And send the hips low from Alasana squat. Allowing the heart to lift up, the hips sink down. Even if you're lifted a little bit, it look like a frog shape instead. If you feel secure here, you press with the elbows, maybe the backs of the arms going into the inner thighs. Palms at the heart center and the hips look to sink a little bit deeper. Maybe it feels good for a little movement here in the hips. Be gentle. Listen to the breath. Staying here in Malasana squat, or maybe you're playing with Bakasana today. Palms glued to the earth, fingertips spread wide. The knees looking for the backs of the arms. Take your gaze to the top of a triangle. The palms are the base of your triangle, the bottom corners of your triangle. Start to feel the knees drawing into the backs of the arms, lower belly in. As you shift your weight forward, before you do anything, before you lift anything off of the earth, feel the muscles in the core really working. As soon as you shift a weight forward just a slight bit, you feel the core muscles working, and then maybe you use those core muscles to feel the toes lift off of the earth, really using the strength of the core. you're in Malasana squat, maybe you play with a little bit of arm movements, alternating, wrapping the leg. Staying in crow for 5 breaths. And when you're ready, it's a step or a hop back to take to a vinyasa. Heart lowers down. And your inhale lifts the heart up. Exhale, curls the toes under, hips press back. Step or hop it through. Bum hits the earth. Unwind. Let the legs be long. Press into the earth. Stretch through the spine. Let the fingertips lengthen up. Exhale for your fold. Allowing the body to fold forward. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to lift it up. Stretch the fingertips up. And then lengthen down again. Finding whatever that is for you, the next grip. Maybe it's just walking the palms a little bit further. Maybe you grab the blade edges of the feet. Or maybe you reach beyond. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to lift it up. Palms into the earth just outside of the hips. Fingertips facing inward, puff up the chest. Zip the thighs together and lift up the hips. Or knees might bend as heels ground into the earth for a reverse table. Allow the crown of the head to fall back. The chin lifts up. 2, press into the heels, zip the thighs up. 3, pressing firmly, trying to get the toes to touch the earth. 4, one last time, lift the hips just a little bit higher. 5, exhale, drop it down. Shift the weight forward as you cross the ankles, press into the palms, and step or hop it back. Let the heart lower, and your inhale lifts you up. Exhale, curls the toes under, hips press back. Stay here for a moment. Exhale to send the right ankle forward towards the left wrist and the right knee towards the right wrist, coming into a pigeon pose. You might stay here lifted in pigeon, or you might feel the heart lift up a little bit more, and then eventually maybe melt down to forearms. Option to stay on forearms, or you might melt all the way down to the earth. Staying for a couple more breaths. Whenever you're ready, the palms that come back into the earth first. And then the weight shifts into that right glute as you swing the left around. Allow the right foot to come into the fleshy part of the thigh. It's seated tree. Lengthen first, lift up through the heart first, and then exhale, take a fold forward, allowing maybe just the palms to take a gentle walk together. Keeping the heart moving forward, allowing the back to be as lengthened as possible. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale up. Grip the right palm into the earth. Left palm grabs onto that left thigh as you take a twist back. Press into the right palm as you twist back over the right shoulder. Then start to inhale, lift the right fingertips up and allow that left shoulder to come down towards the left knee, lengthening through the right fingertips. You might stay here. That's the left palm that's still gripping. You still have a twist in the waist, pressing through the right hip. Or maybe you take left peace fingers and reach down underneath that left Achilles. Just allowing that forearm to help you twist a little bit more. The left forearm grounds into the earth and your heart twists open more. Press into that right hip. One more breath there. Then inhale, lifting through the right fingertips, allow the palm to grip to the earth. Send energy through the left fingers as you lift up. The string takes the hips with you as the left fingertips continue up and over. You're on that right shin. The left toes ground into the earth, opening up the front body. Exhale, drop the hips back down. It's a crossing of the ankles to take the body back into downward dog. Easier transition to pigeon pose. And on this side, it's the right knee that comes forward towards, the left knee that comes forward towards the left wrist. And that left foot comes towards the right wrist. You feel the heart lift up. Maybe you just lengthen through a hip flexor. Maybe staying here on the palms, or option to lay down, forearms. Or you might come all the way down. Couple more breaths. When you're ready, palms grip into the earth. Send the weight into the left glute as you slide the right foot around. The right leg goes towards the front of the mat, and the left foot to the fleshy part of the right thigh. Let the fingertips reach up, lengthen through the spine, then exhale for your fold. Allow the body to find length over that right leg, keeping the shoulders in one line and still remembering maybe you're walking them. Maybe they're just taking a little journey. 3, 4, 5. Inhale to lift it up. Glue that left palm outside of the left hip and the right palm on the outside of that left thigh. As you take a twist back, look over the left shoulder. And keep that twist as you start to lean, the right shoulder coming down towards the right thigh or knee. Left fingertips reaching up and the ribs still peeling open. Still keeping that twist as you lengthen. Pressing into that left hip, and maybe peace fingers from the right palm go underneath the Achilles on the right thigh, the right leg, right ankle. Press into the forearm and help the twist deepen a little more as you press into that left hip. You find that length deep in the hip. Couple more breaths here. Really feel the length through the left fingertips. The opposition with the left hip pressing down. Inhale, lengthen through those left fingertips. Allow that left palm to glue. And then feel the lift of the hips as the right fingertips reach up and overhead. You come to the top of that left shin. Right toes press into the earth. You open up the front side body. And exhale. Allow the body to come down. Cross the ankles, take to a vinyasa. Step or hop it back, let the heart lower. And your inhale will lift you up. Exhale takes the hips back. Step or hop it through back to seated for Marichasana A. Glue the right foot into the earth. Sit up nice and tall, grip the sits bones into the mat. Left palm grips into the earth. Inhale, right fingertips reach, and the exhale takes you folding forward. Grabbing that thigh, maybe just hugging in the shin, or you might wrap all the way around it. And the palms might reach and connect just outside of that right hip. Still keeping that forward movement. Just draw the thigh in wherever you are. Even if we're sitting up tall, just hug it in and feel length in the spine. 3, 4, 5. Inhale to lift it up. Draw the foot in closer to the inner thigh. Right palm into the earth, roll the shoulder out of the way and twist the spine. Left elbow hooks outside of the thigh. Sit up nice and tall and press with that left elbow as you continue length over the right shoulder. 2, 3, keep the left toes active. 4, 5, exhale, release it. Take it to the other side. Bending that left knee. Palms distance between the inner thigh and the knee and the foot. Sit up nice and tall, hug in the thigh. Inhale to lift the left fingertips up, and then the exhale takes you folding forward while keeping the inner thigh drawn in. You might hug in that right knee, hug the shin, or palms might wrap around the entire left leg with the palms connecting maybe at the left hip. 2, remember, keep the hug. Keep that inner thigh hugged in tight. 3, 4, 5, inhale to lift it up. Draw the left foot in closer. Left palm grips into the earth. Roll the shoulder out of the way. Sit up tall. Right elbow hooks outside of the left thigh. As you take a twist, the right toes flex up. Really allow the body to sit up tall while you take this twist, and maybe press a little bit more with that right elbow or the back of the arm. 2, lengthen through the spine and twist a little deeper. 3, 4, 5. Exhale to release it. Cross the ankles. Take to a vinyasa. Step or hop it back. Let the heart lower down. On your inhale will lift you up. Exhale takes the hips up and back. Step or hop it through to seated. Let the bum hit the earth. Legs lift, arms lift. Navasana, boat pose. Palms reach forward and then drop below the knees. 1, 2, knees might bend, but the spine stays straight. 3, 4, 5, cross the ankles, bump it up. Drop the hips back down. Straighten the legs. We go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the ankles, bump it up. Drop it down. Straighten the legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the ankles, bump it up. Last time. Straighten the legs. 1, 2, 3. Press the palms together. Take a twist over to the right. 1, 2. Press the palms firmly. 3, 4, 5. Inhale back to the center. Twist it over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to center. Low boat, lower down. Hover off of the earth. 1, 2. Look at the toes. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift it up. And then cross the ankles. Bump it up one time. And then take it forward. Step it back to lower the body all the way down. Coming down to the forearms. Slide the body forward for that Sphinx pose. Press the shoulders down away from the ears. Really lengthening through the neck. Press down then to the hips. Beautiful. Let palms come into the earth. Press into them and send the heart up a little higher. Come into cobra. Drop the hips. And exhale, roll that right shoulder back. Take a glance over that right shoulder towards the right heel. Inhaling back to the center. Exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale to center. Shift the hips back. Swing the legs around. Start to unwind the spine to the earth. Press into the heels as you send the hips high. Lift up to a bridge pose first. Maybe allowing the shoulders to walk together. You press firmly into the heels and send the hips even higher. Just observing the breath. Maybe feeling the shoulders walk in a little bit more for this last round of breath. Exhale, melt the body back down to the earth. You might repeat the bridge or fingertips facing inward towards the shoulders, pressing into palms. Press up first to lift to the crown of the head. Then continue to press equally, hands and feet lifted all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, drop it down. Maybe come all the way down, or maybe just resting on the crown of the head. Ready to go again. Press into the palms, come back to the crown of the head if you're not there. And then lift it all the way up, pressing equally, hands and feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, drop it down. We have one more. Palms might walk in a little closer, resetting on the crown of the head. Put the crown of the head back into the earth if it's not there, and then press up. Lift it up equally. 1, pressing into hands and feet. 2, 3, breathe nice and steady. 4, find some smoothness in the breath. 5, exhale, draw the chin in. Unwind to the earth. Draw the knees in, give yourself a little hug. Maybe that gentle sway from side to side. When you're ready, rock yourself up to seated. You go reversing that shape. Take a forward fold over the legs. But this time, tuck your chin in and reach forward for the toes as you round down. Let the spine round this time. 2. We're here for 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, lifting up one vertebrae at a time. Shifting the weight forward. Unwind the body to the earth. As you send the legs up and overhead, you enter through plow pose to come into shoulder stand. So supporting the low back with the legs up and overhead, and then eventually supporting them enough that the legs feel secure to lift the toes to the earth, to the sky. 1, we're here for 10 breaths. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Exhale, let the toes come to the earth, up and overhead. You might keep the palms where they are, or you take them over to grab each other and press towards the earth. Tops of the feet into the earth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Allow the knees to bend. Try to keep the toes touching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Straighten the legs. Slowly unwind, keeping the core active as you go. Allow the spine to come back to the earth. And let the legs be long. Lifting up to forearms. And allow the crown of the head to fall back. That's Matsyasana, fish pose. The throat opens up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Unwind, press into the forearm, slide the body through. Draw the knees in. Give yourself a hug and reach down for the bottoms of the feet and open up into happy baby. Allow the knees to come into the armpits, squeezing them in tight, and maybe a gentle sway from side to side. When you're ready, let the feet come back into the earth. And cross the right leg over the left. Always ending in our spinal twists, allowing our spine to explore all movements. Keeping mobility in our spine is important. Allow that right knee to fall over to the left side as your gaze goes over to the right palm. Or taking to your spinal twist in whatever way you like. You can also invite that left palm to cross over and assist you to deepen a little bit more in the shape. In this shape, it feels right to start to let go of that ujjayi breath. Moving back to the automatic breath. Watata. Maybe you feel the eyes already soften or close. When you're ready, start to unwind yourself back to the center. Let the spine connect to the earth first, and then uncross the legs. Allow the left ankle to cross over the right thigh as your knees fall over to the right. Arms open in T, and maybe that right palm drapes over the left thigh to help assist your twist a little bit more. Gaze going towards the left palm and the left shoulder, looking to stay grounded. Pressing it back down into the earth if it's creeped up. And whenever you're ready, the gaze might continue to soften even more. Whenever you're ready, it's an unwinding back to the center. Spine connecting to the earth first, and then uncrossing the legs. Starting to move your body into this final resting shape, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe legs spread wide and fingertips reaching down with palms face up. Maybe knees are bent, or you take to fetal. Wherever you find yourself, seek stillness. Always the invitation to stay right where you are. Continue an extra long Shavasana. If you're ready, start to bring some gentle movements back into the body, building those into some larger movements, working from the outside in to awaken the body. When you're ready, hug the knees in. That gentle sway from side to side, feeling the spine supported by gravity. Grabbing onto the backs of the thighs when you're ready to rock yourself up to seated. Allowing the palms to come through to heart center and bowing to yourself. As we near this season of gratitude, may you hold in your heart and in your intention for each day a focus on something that you're grateful for in your own body. Whatever that may be, showing up in gratitude for that one thing each day. Taking your hands through to the third eye, the space of intuition and wisdom, using the power of gratitude for ourselves, learning to be thankful in a very genuine way, allows us to look through a lens at the world around us with more clarity, seeing it for the good. The light in me bows in honor of the light in each and every one of you. Namaste.